Hello, welcome to Celestial Waters. My name is Demi if you're new here. So we're going to hop right into it. This is going to be a spirit baby reading for you guys. And what I'm getting from this group of spirit babies that are coming through is that they aren't necessarily connected to your ancestry, like to your bloodline. This is a soul where their connection is more fresh, it's more new. And this is because they've been watching you and they've seen your heart. They're like, you are the parent, the mother or father they have been praying for lifetimes and wishing that they could have. They're showing me them in their past lives, or they've been around very, very dysfunctional, abusive, some of them very evil parents who weren't just narcissistic, who abused them. For some of them, even sold them into trafficking. They're showing me that kind of heavy energy is coming through. They would look around and see other kids playing at the park and assume, like, by how they were interacting with their parents, that they were loved and they come from like a healthy household, and that's what they would wish and hope for. They've been watching you in this lifetime. They're like, you. They've been asking the Most High God that, please, can this be my mother or my father in this lifetime? They just feel so much love and warming energy from you. And some of you guys could actually be healers, but you're very, very aware. You're on this ascension pathway, but you're very aware when it comes to healing, of getting to the root of things. So you guys, you yourselves could overcome health issues. Maybe you overcame certain forms of abuse and dysfunction. You're most likely to be the generational curse breaker, or that scapegoat within your family where people try to dump all of the dysfunction, all of the problems on you. But like, oh, you're the one who causes this because you were the one who saw it, pointed it out, and shouted about it from the rooftop saying, hey, this isn't right, this needs to end. So we're going to hop right into it. So these souls are saying yes. For a lot of them, they were actually trafficked and they had very, very recent lives. They're showing me the 2000s, particularly 2004 and 2002. So you could be seeing those years or those angel numbers everywhere, 2004 and 2002. But the early 2000s is when they had their life, and this could also be for where some of them passed away. So this is quite a new like reincarnation. They were here in these modern times. They're coming back through you. They're going to be loved, adored, raised and respected by you, and also healed by you. So a lot of you're going to be taking them to practitioners, particularly connected to shamanism. It's healing that's connected to Mother Earth. It's healing that is connected to being anchored and grounded in 3D reality. And shamanic healing is very, very powerful, particularly for people who have been through sexual abuse and physical abuse, because that is connected to your physical body, like you having no control over it, you not being able to fight this person off, you being violated in a way that the perpetrator is forcing their way into the physical body, whether it's through that sexual abuse, whether it's that physical abuse. They're quite similar in their vibration. They're pointing to those forms of abuse, and they're pointing to shamanism. So it's like you're going to take them to a shaman very, very young. They could even be a baby, and you could be in your meditations with this spirit baby before they've even come through, and it's like they're telling you, because I'm seeing someone sitting there in meditation, you're like, and you're taking notes and you're writing it down. You're like, okay, you already know the healing they're going to need, like before they've even come through. Someone's nodding their head, so you've already been getting these messages from this spirit baby. For a lot of you, it's going to be coming in the dream state as well. So you yourself could do the healing, but you're also going to take them to other people who work for the light. They are light workers, earth angels. They work for the light. They're also on the right side of history. They're pointing to practitioners who are on the right side of history, because not all practitioners are. So let's hop right into it. Can I get some messages from this deck here, please, Spirit? So it's quite like heavy energy. It's coming through from their past lives, but not this life that they're going to be born into. We have here Lady Nada, expanded heart, openness, liberation, let yourself love and be loved. I'm hearing redemption. You could be seeing that word everywhere, redemption. It's like they came through, the bloodlines that they came through, the ancestry, to give these family members and these people a chance of redemption, to give them a chance to set things right and to not repeat the cycle. And they didn't do it, they failed. So in this lifetime, God is now saying to these souls, do you want this experience? Do you want this experience of love, of being raised by a divine feminine and a divine masculine? And they jumped at the chance. They're jumping at the chance. And they already knew, they had their eyes on you. They're like, these two, I've been watching them, please, please. I keep seeing like a please and a prayer hands. This is going to be giving that energy of like you and your children. I just keep getting a lot of warmth from the sun. The connection has the sun within it. So somewhere in your like natal chart, your birth chart, between you and this soul coming through, once the earth side, there's going to be a lot of synastry that's very, very warming. This speaks of a connection that is extremely loving, unconditional love, and it's on both sides. Because you know, a lot of people like with children, parents and children, there's normally parents who like unconditionally love that child, but it's going to be going both ways. And they're going to awaken you as well to a love that you didn't even realize you had within you. They're going to awaken your heart even more beyond what your heart chakra is already expanded to, because your heart chakra is very powerful. Paul the veterinarian, gifted one, revealing hidden talents, opportunities to shine. You could be seeing the rose everywhere. The rose is very significant. It's that Mother Mary energy that you're going to hold but exists within your household. Very loving. They're going to feel very lucky. And you're going to feel lucky that this soul has chosen you to raise them, but they're going to feel so, so lucky that you're their parent in this lifetime. They may have a tendency to people please and always want to be on your good side. So that's also something you're going to like teach them and to heal. To be standing like in their own authenticity, in their own authority. So if they want to say no, they need to be learning to say no. What else, Spirit? But again, with Paul the veterinarian, that's that healing ability. So these souls, they're being trained on the other side, a lot of them. They're in this healing room, like this vault on the other side, because of what they went through in their past lives. They've been healing on the other side and learning from those experiences. They're showing me the different rooms. They're like pointing to the different healing rooms. People who have been abused in this way, they go to this room over here. People who have been abused, like physically abused in this way, they go over here. Emotional abuse, they're like, that's a different ball game. They go over here. They're pointing to all these different rooms. They could be doing this to you when you're in meditation or in the dream state. You could be dreaming that you're being led by your spirit baby, and they're showing you all of these different places on the other side and where they've been. But there is a healing, there's healing rooms. I've been showing this before. Just that in normal psychic readings, there are places that souls go to when they need to heal, when they've had very traumatic lives. So they've been there and they've been watching you while they've been over there. Because they see you as a healer. They see you as that person who's leading people literally out of darkness and into their light. You've been leading people back home to themselves. It doesn't mean you like necessarily work within the spiritual community. It's just who you are, your core. It's your frequency, your consciousness, your energy. That's what it is. Transcending fear. Facing fear leads to fearlessness. Embrace your power. Like that's who you are. A lot of you are seers. You're just a natural seer. Again, you don't have to be a psychic medium, but you do have these gifts, particularly of seeing straight through people and people's BS. So you won't put these children in danger. You won't give these children, you won't hand them over to the wrong people. I keep being shown they literally were handed over to many people. So again, the trafficking is coming through as very strongly. But this will be removed from them. It will be pulled from their energy field, from their psyche very early on. So you're going to get them healed very early on. Some of them it can be even before they can speak, because they're speaking to you telepathically. You've been communicating before they were even Earthside, before they're even born. They're talking to you telepathically. You know what to do. It's like my child will be a clean slate. You know that children, when they're born, they're not a clean slate. The soul has been round the block. They carry a lot of stuff. But in terms of heaviness they could be carrying on their soul like a blanket, you're like, no, not my child. I'm going to get this pulled off of them. So they have that fast track. So they have more of a start in life. So they're not held back. They don't have to spend their teenage years or adulthood in therapy, you know, like working on healing. We have here Melchizedek, divine knowledge, higher learning, commit to your vision through study. It's what you've had the self-mastery in. It's what you've overcome and what you've learned in this lifetime. But you're basically going to be... it's not like practicing, but when I say the word practicing, like on your child. So again, some of you guys could be healers. Or there's a certain abuse that you know how to heal at the root level and at the cycle level in the ethers. Because you know that when we pass over, again, it doesn't just lift off of us, which is why I'm being shown people in these healing rooms, right, in these healing states. We have to work through this energy and transmute it even on the other side. You know that, but you know how to do that from here, from Earth. You're going to be doing this on your child, or you're taking them to a practitioner. They're a rainbow baby for some of you. Rainbow baby in terms of this is going to be a child coming after a miscarriage for some of you. You would have already experienced that miscarriage. For others of you, they're a rainbow baby in terms of their soul and the starseed race that they come from. What else, Spirit? There will be a lot of people who stare at these children, who watch these children, particularly people who have an off energy, like I'm just getting like an You might catch people staring at your child, you like pull them closer, you like say a prayer in your head, like a rebuke. Because it's going to be the entities and the attachment connected to these people, because they recognize that child, again, because of what they've gone through in past lives, but for the fact they've overcome it. When you overcome certain types of abuse, you become a threat, you become a weapon against that abuse. You become that prevention. Because of your consciousness, the frequency, the key you now hold. So your child, they're a key. They might even grow up to work in safeguarding of children. That can also be something that you do, or maybe your partner does. We have Kali Ma, divine severance. Cut the cords to dramas, fears and limitations. And that flew out with Ishtar. Inner learnings, follow your heart, truth prevails. Yes. It's this light and dark energy. It's the Eve, it's the Lilith, it's the both sides, the higher nature, the lower nature. You're in balance. And the soul has come here to learn how to be in balance. To move away from this darker energy, this chaos energy, this destructive energy, and into this energy over here, where they've risen into their anointing, they've claimed their crown, and they're welcoming in their blessings, because they've had quite a few very, very heavy and dark past lives. Again, they're poisoned to 2002 and 2004. They wanted this deck. So before every reading, right, I tune in, ask Spirit, which decks do I need to be picking out and using for this reading? This deck I don't necessarily always connect with. You know, you sometimes have those decks where you use all the time, and others you're like, yeah. So when they were pointing to this one, I was like, why do they want this deck? They wanted me to share that with you for some reason. But let's get right into it. Some more messages. We have here engineer, and that came out with addict. They've come to be that to be tuned into their blueprint, to be tuned into their Akashic records, to be able to read themselves and know what is going on around them, particularly at the energy level, what's going around them in the ethers. Because for a lot of people who are abused in certain ways, quite often there can be certain synastries within the natal chart and the birth chart that point this out, that could be a potential for happening for them, or will happen within their childhood. Kind of like in a way that it is fated, because there's energy to be cleared on a karmic level. But sometimes certain forms of abuse will happen in this realm, and it's a risk you take as a soul incarnating because of the density of this realm, and for the fact that people have free will, and some people choose to use their free will for evil. But it's like there's something within their energy they had to understand the mechanics of how their blueprint works. And then they're not going to be abused again in certain ways going forward. They're going to overcome that lesson. You're going to assist them with that. They could have also had addiction issues as they were growing up in these past lives because of what they went through. You know, sometimes people will use alcohol and drugs to numb what they are feeling, or to block out those memories that keep popping up. That can be in showing somebody in the shower. And it's like when they're in the shower and they're washing, it all came flooding back. What else, Spirit? Some of you could work with addicts. You could be a therapist, some of you. Or psychologists, I'm also hearing. We have visionary. Like this is who you are, powerful seer. And this is who this child is going to be, a powerful seer. I mean, they always have been. But they haven't been given that good start in life. So they've always been held back, and they haven't properly tuned into their gifts. This is the thing for a lot of children. If they're abused at a younger age and they have this powerful clairvoyance, that can get repressed and shut down because of this abuse. So it literally halts their purpose and their divine mission in their tracks, which is why a lot of this abuse does occur, because they know what powerful children have been coming through and they don't want them fulfilling their mission. Because that brings everything in the world back into balance, and that brings justice into this earthly realm. And things have kind of been in the energy of the chaos and the darkness. It's been in control. It's been winning, and now they're losing their grip. You're going to most definitely have visions, particularly when you're meditating, but in the dream state as well. But you will have random visions that will come over you, connected to your spirit baby. You don't want any more from this. Well, they want to get an orb. Archangel Michael is coming through, is very significant. So Archangel Michael is going to be their overseeing archangel in this lifetime, because he is connected to both truth but to protection. God's right hand, I'm hearing. God's right hand. So it's like they were scared to come through again in this earthly realm. And they're choosing to do so because they're going to have this protection both of you and your partner and your family. But also Archangel Michael is going to be their overseeing archangel. Maybe in the lifetimes before it was a different archangel. But you could be having this vision and this dream of your spirit baby holding Archangel Michael's hand. They're just standing there together, kind of looking at you. And at first, this child could appear like a child, very, very small, standing next to Archangel Michael. He's wearing all of this armor, by the way. He's huge. And then you look again, and the child is showing you their soul. And the soul is huge and it wants to break free, but it was being pushed down by this blanket of heaviness from these past lives. Once you pull that off, they're literally going to expand and shine like the literal sun. They're a powerful source, which is why they were a target. We have Mother Mary and Archangel Zadkiel. Yeah, Mother Mary energy was coming through before. They're pointing to you. They're saying, this is Mummy. This is you. You hold this very nurturing, loving energy. And Mother Mary was very, very protective because of who she was, her heart. The heart is an electromagnetic field. That's a force field of protection. So when you are a loving and genuine person, and when you are tapped in, you're connecting to spirit, your ancestors, the Most High God, and you're grounded in Mother Earth, that's a very strong protection. That's actually a cloaking you have around you. To anyone you love, you extend this shielding and this cloaking too. You could be seeing Mother Mary statues everywhere. Maybe some of you guys light candles from Mother Mary. But I'm seeing like a proper 7-day pillar candle, like with her sticker or face on the front of it. You could be seeing orbs that are this colour, like this reddy pinky hue. And we also have here Archangel Perlamic and Melzadek. Melzadek's come out twice now. You see, it's kind of like a white turquoise colour orb. You could be seeing this colour orb everywhere. They're saying, move it closer, move it closer. Zoom back out, zoom back out. It's now turning into the moon. So maybe you guys do this when you're looking at the moon. You could be zooming in and out. And while you were doing that, an orb could have like floated in the view of your camera. And you were like, someone was like, and you're like trying to zoom into the orb, and the orb could have had a face within it. You could have seen an angel wings within the orb, or the face of Mother Mary. Hold on. Okay, so next orb says Archangels Gabriel, Mallory, and Seraphiel collecting spirits. They're saying like me, and the others who were also like abused in the same way as them, who passed over at a similar time but went through the same sort of abuse. They were picked up. They were picked up and they were taken into this vortex, and they were pushed out of this vortex into this healing room where their soul could heal from what they went through in that lifetime and kind of make sense what happened to them. Because for a lot of them, they would have had like a traumatic death, and that has to be worked through before they can reincarnate again. They have to come out of this confusion and find some form of peace and clarity is what they are showing me. So it's like they were sucked out, they were picked up, some of them by a grandmother. Connected to their ancestral line, they were picked up by a grandmother. It was going to be a guardian angel or actual like one of the angels mentioned here. They're bringing forward Sloan Bella. So Sloan Bella could be very, very significant. We're going to this deck here. Hold on, there's someone calling. So what else do the collective most need to hear right now? We have here forgiveness. So this is what they've been working for on the other side. When it comes to forgiveness, this is very, very freeing. But this is the thing that everybody needs to heal through. When you've been through any kind of abuse, right? When you've been stabbed in the back, you need to work through that forgiveness. And it's not about forgiving that person. It's about forgiving yourself sometimes for ignoring the red flags or not trusting yourself. But obviously when it comes to children are more of those victims. Children are more valuable, but I wanted to say vulnerable. So valuable. Children are more valuable. They're more connected to the spirit side. And by nature, they have this powerful connection to magic itself, to manifestation, and to levels of consciousness that certain adults can't reach or aren't connected to because of what they've been through in life and how society has kind of brainwashed them into thinking like psychic nature, magic, gifts, these sort of things, they don't exist. Children are very, very tapped in. So they're very, very valuable to both good people and evil people is what is coming through here. So forgiveness is what they've been working for on the other side. Forgive them for the fact that they were let down by the people around them, right? And you're going to assist in working through the last layer of forgiveness when they first come through. You could be seeing crows and ravens everywhere. We have here nature. So this is you, very, very tuned in and tapped into nature. It's given like an elemental soul. And this soul wants to be learning from you, but they also have this within them. But because they've been kind of like in the dark for so long, they've been pushed down and belittled for so long, they need to work on unrepressing. And you're going to assist with this, like a flower that's going to be blooming. Because you see here, there's this moth or this butterfly sitting on top of this flower, and it's about to open. You can see the pinky colour within it. You could be seeing moths and butterflies everywhere that are both black and white, you know, representing that duality of light and dark. Because you understand that, and you understand that people are here playing their roles. And everything is energy and everything is consciousness. And there is a spiritual war going on right now. I'm also hearing a game. So maybe you see this realm as well, like a game. We have here Bride, and that came out with Divine Spark. It came out upside down. They kind of want it left this way. So this was that soul. I've got a cover because her boobs are out, but she's kind of like in this cloaking, in this binding that's made out of light. So this soul, they were like trapped in their past lives, and they didn't know how to stand in their Merkaba and free themselves. But they've been doing this on the other side, and again, you're going to assist with this. It's like a reclaiming of their halo. It's like they're dusting off their angelic wings because of what they went through, and now they're standing in their Merkaba. So now they're connecting again with themselves, with their light body, with their mind, body and soul is what it is. But this is what the intention was of the darker forces in the lifetimes they went through, to kind of disconnect from this divine spark. Because again, it's a very powerful soul. They were standing next to Archangel Michael, and at first they were appearing as a child. Then they showed that they're showing you and they're showing me their soul. Very powerful. And it's going to flip back when you are their parent, when you are guiding them, when they're birthed and they're loved from you. What else, Spirit? They want to get some signs. So let's get some Spirit baby signs. Some of you guys could be feeling like a bit nauseous or a bit off recently. I feel like it's ascension symptoms, and it's stuff being cleared within you, particularly those of you that are women that have a womb and will be birthing this child, growing them and birthing them, because there's a nausea coming through here, and they're saying it's connected to the womb. Certain things need to be healed and completely pushed out of your womb before this child can actually come through and be conceived. We have Disney. Some of you may not like Disney. As soon as I saw it, my stomach kind of turned even more. And I was like, ugh. So you may not like Disney at all because of what Disney is connected to. In terms of like the darker side of it. We have here fairies. So again, it's that confirmation of the elemental realm connection that you have. And this soul house, because the soul has always been very pure and very, very innocent. And that's what the darkness was trying to steal. That's what they were trying to get them to turn against. Because this is what the darkness wants. This is what certain people want. They want people turning against their nature and repeating the cycle. They don't want people healing and moving into that lighter energy, moving on up in vibration. They want to keep them trapped. Like that bride card, they kind of like have this binding on them. They want them binded and trapped so they can like suck at their energy. And also turn them against who they truly are. Turn them against Christ consciousness and God. We have here sunflower. You may be seeing sunflowers everywhere. But obviously sunflower, that's that confirmation of being connected to the sun. Sunflowers are a great omen to see in spirit baby readings as well. Because they're normally depicted on the normal tarot on the sun card, which also has children on it and does represent the child. So that was the energy that was trying to be harvested from them, the sun. We have here the dragon. So you may be seeing dragons everywhere. Maybe you're tapping into this dragon energy that has been rising on Mother Earth right now. Or revealing itself because it's always been there. And again, it's connected to the divine spark, the sacred flame. Because we're at a point in the Mother Earth's ascension where certain things are going to be revealing to us that they've always been here and they aren't in fact a myth. They aren't an illusion. They are very, very real baby things. You could be buying baby things that you're going to need for this baby coming through. Some of you guys might already have children. I'm seeing someone like buy or sell things on Vinted that are connected to like baby clothes. We have here Dragonfly, which is connected to the ancient coding of Mother Earth. So it's like you're really tapping into Mother Earth's ley lines, where she's been screaming in pain and where she's been screaming at the fact that we've been abusing our children because she sees us as her children, all of us, but where we've been letting down our children. So you couldn't have been going down certain rabbit holes. You would have gone down certain rabbit holes like quite a few years ago. But recently you could have been going down certain rabbit holes of how children are really treated in this world. But you may be seeing dragonflies everywhere. They're also connected to transformation. Could be finding wings. Like the wings of a dragonfly or wings of a butterfly is coming through is significant. As I've said that, we have the butterfly here. So again, dragonflies, butterflies, moths, you could be seen as very, very significant. Again, they're all representing a change and transformation that you have gone through yourself, but also how you trigger in other people. It's like you're a catalyst. You know how to get to the root of things. You know how to ground healing. Because a lot of healers, they kind of exist up here or they're just on the energy level, the 5D level. But it's like I'm getting a groundedness when it comes to you and when it comes to healing. We have baby clothes. Again, it's like you're buying baby clothes. And maybe some of you guys are already pregnant. Or this is just you preparing for the spirit baby coming through. I do always recommend to have something in the physical that connects you to your spirit baby. So to buy them a gift. get a few messages from this deck here. This one, we have here power. You see like the triangle shape again. The triangle was on that bride card. So you may be seeing certain geometric shapes. The triangle and Metatron's cube. You could be seeing that everywhere. But you're going to help this soul to ground fully in the human experience and actually want to be in their body and actually want to be here. Because when you've been through certain abuse in life, it pushes you out of your body and it pushes you more up here. And essentially you don't want to be here. So it's like a lot of them had prayers and wishes for them just to leave. They just wanted to leave this realm. So you're going to be very healing for that. They're actually going to want to be here and be around you. Is very, very loving, very, very warm. You're going to be grounding them in their humanness. Because you've done this first for yourself. So you know how to navigate this within other people. We have here the thick, I thought it was like 4. You could be seeing 4s everywhere. Sacred desire, and that's flown out with friendship. Yeah, you're going to be friends. And they have a prayer, a sacred desire. You're going to be that answered prayer and that wish granted from the Most High that you are their parent. That they get to have you as their parent. And you're going to be friends as well. Like when you grow older in life and they grow up, they're not going to be wanting to like get away from you, like cut you off. You're going to be their friend. Going to have a very, very strong bond. They're showing me the Gilmore Girls. Maybe you watched that, but that's coming through as significant. You could be seeing deers everywhere, or like Bambi from the cartoon. Again, that's connected to Disney. And you see here the flower that is blooming, that is opened. This is the healing that you provide to other people. This is the healing you will be providing for your children. You're that divine parent. They're saying divine parent, that parent that people often wish and pray that they had. You know, there's something about, you know, the flower where you pull its leaf and you say, he loves me not. He loves me not. That's coming forward. You could have done that as a child, but it's coming through as significant. The Queen of Scrolls. You entered into a sacred contract to be a guiding light for this soul, for this spirit baby. And you first had to reclaim your gifts and tap into your clairvoyance to assist them in reclaiming and unrepressing and activating theirs. Very, very powerful souls, both of you. One more, thank you. We have birth. You can't make this stuff up. Look, that's like Mother Mary. Look at, there's a loving energy. Look at your children, how happy they are, how free they are. They can run free. They can be them wild selves and they can live in the wilderness. Maybe you have dreams of living near a sacred site. For a lot of you, Glastonbury is coming through as significant, but sacred sites, particularly within Europe. And they're also pointing to the Caribbean. Now they're pointing to St. Lucia, the flag. So maybe you have connections to there. But you could have dreams where you want your children to be able to have a garden like this or live near fields or a forest like this. So they're very connected to nature. It's a necessity for you, for them to be able to run around like barefoot on the earth and have space, have space. Gonna get some spirit baby poems. So what else does the collective most need to hear right now? Did you want any spirit baby poems? They're saying 1, so they're probably trying to find it to flick it out. This one. We have here beauty and grace. I really did win in the genetics race. I get it from my papa. I get it from my papa. They're also saying mama. Isabella from Encanto is who I resemble. Princess dresses and fairy wings. Playing dress up is my thing. Daddy is fit to be my king. Mum, you chose so well. I'm on the other side doing cartwheels and twirls. Did I mention that I adore pearls? Yep, you guessed it. I'm likely to be a little girl. So a lot of you got this little girl coming through, all this divine feminine energy, because Mother Mary's been coming through. Is very, very significant. But this child could also be your twin or your partner's twin on a physical level. And Isabella from Encanto. Is Encanto Disney? There's something about like cartoons that's coming through is very, very significant. Someone could be a cartoonist or you could just really enjoy drawing and could have like a natural gift at drawing, particularly like cartoon characters. Maybe you used to do this as a child as well. This could be an ability that this child is going to have, like they're an artist at their core, they're an artist and they never got to express this in past lives. With you, they're going to get to express that. So what else does a collective need to hear? Thank you. We have here, Mama, Daddy, you're ready. It's the perfect time. You're ready to birth, to conceive, firstly, to birth, to guide, to honor, and to love this soul. You are ready. It's time. They're poison to this soul's contract. It's time. This is why they're with Archangel Michael strongly on the other side, because he's assisting them of getting ready, of gearing up to come through. They could be working through a last layer of them feeling very, very protected, and it's safe. It's okay for them this time. It's safe for them to come through to earth this time, because they're going to be coming through you. We have Mama, Daddy says to tell you I love you to the moon and back, and to give you the biggest, bestest kisses. It's like they're coming through divine counterparts, two people who love each other. That's what you need within a home, for it to have that loving, warm energy. Two people who are pillars of strength themselves, who worked on their healing. Obviously, we're not completely healed, but you're still working on it. You talk to each other with love, respect. You actually like each other. They're choosing two people who actually like each other, who are choosing at a human level, but also at the soul level, to be together with one another. It's like you wake up every day and you choose to love this person. They're seeing this, so they're choosing to come through you, because in past lives, they weren't with parents who even loved themselves. They didn't understand what love was, so they most certainly didn't love the other parent. Or maybe they put the other parent before the children's safety, because there's a safeguarding issue that is coming through with their past lives. So that they could have been with an abusive person, and out of fear or codependency, choosing to stay with this person and not leaving for the safety of themselves and the child is what is coming through there. But that's all the messages coming through. If you did want a personal spirit baby reading, my information is in the description below. But I'll see you in another video.